Welcome back to the Positionless podcast, y'all. We're gonna get right into this first round of the NBA draft. We're gonna give you some grades, some thoughts on the players that got picked and how they fit into their current teams now. You want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened around the NBA.
Yeah, we'll be talking about a lot
episode.
of trades after.
Yeah, but let's just jump into this draft.
Facts. Let's just start off with the number one pick, man. Cooper Flag to the Mavericks. I got to give them an F for fuck else was you going to do with this pick, brother? Cooper Flag, we all know, the potential he has. Of course, the defensive upside right now. How gross the Mavericks are going to be defensively.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Definitely going to be fun to watch. I like how Cooper comes into a team that there's already players that can help him and benefit him, like
LeBron said.
Is that what LeBron said on Mind the Game?
LeBron said Hall of Famers and shit around him.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
AD, Kyrie, obviously, even though he's not going to play
Klay Thompson,
the first half
another
of the year.
Hall of Famer.
Won 4 championships.
It's a good situation for him, man.
Perfect fit, I think.
Absolutely perfect. And offensively, I'm excited to see how he looks in the NBA. I mean, in college, he was pretty damn fucking efficient. And, of course, his handle needs some work if he really wants to be a creator like that.
That's really the only hole in the game.
That's the only
now.
hole, yeah. And I won't even call it a hole. It's just a weakness.
Yeah. That's just the thing he's worst at, and he's a 6'9", strong defensive menace who can get to the rim, work out of the mid-range, work out of the post area, and can hit threes even spot up and off the dribble. So
facts. I'm curious. I've just seen a little bit of discourse about this. Do you think he's like a Wemby-level prospect, or do you think he's a tier below that?
No, he's not Wemby.
I know he's not Wemby, but do you think he's one of those guys that are going to be would you consider him a generational prospect?
Would you consider Paolo or Tatum a generational prospect?
It's a little bit different.
I don't think so. I think he can be a superstar, top 10 player in the league. I wouldn't say he's generational per se. We got to stop throwing that around. It's generational for a reason.
I get that.
And that's for the Wembys.
But I think he's coming in a little bit better than Paolo, and
So do I.
Who else did you say?
Tatum.
Yeah, I think he's coming in better defensively by far.
Yeah.
He's going to come in and immediately be an impact defensive player.
He's got the muscle already.
Shot blocking is crazy. His feel for the shot blocking, his timing, that's what makes a great defender. It's ridiculous for a player so young, man. He's got some crazy potential. I think he could be like a face of the league type guy.
Yeah, he could be. Generational?
That's a tough word to throw out. Wemby, you've never seen a Wemby. It's going to be tough to ever find another one of those guys. So.
Yeah.
But Cooper Flag, he ain't a dime a dozen either, though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Just one little tier below. I'd agree with that. But
gonna be a hell of a player. Obviously, that's the only thing the Mavericks can do with this pick.
Of course.
Nico, we know you fucked up before. You didn't fuck this one up. A+.
Yeah, A+ for sure. So let's move on to the Spurs. They picked up Dylan Harper at number 2, and Carter Bryant actually fell to them at 14.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Dylan Harper looks like he's a legit creator, offensive guy. He can get it off the bounce. He can slash in the paint. He can play make.
Yeah.
His shooting's pretty fucking damn good. So
he comes in as a great offensive player already.
6'5", big guard.
Mm. The Spurs are kind of log jammed at that position right now. With Fox and their number 2 overall pick, Castle last year. You got Vassell.
Castle was the 4th pick.
But who knows what Chris Paul is going to do?
I keep forgetting Chris Paul's on that team.
He just signed a 1-year deal, right? He's going to move on, right?
I don't know.
Have an option, maybe. I'm not really sure.
There's a chance he just comes back on a tiny deal to stick around to see what's up.
Just to be a vet?
Just to be a vet, yeah.
He
if he likes the situation,
Yeah.
Learn it. He could teach the next generation of a Dylan Harper and a Stephen Castle.
Yeah, if that's what he wants to do, if he wants to actually play or really lead this Spurs into the next generation of Spurs basketball, that'd be great for them to have a guy like that.
It'd be awesome, yeah, a player coach.
Mm-hmm.
But Carter Bryant, I think he has the potential to be a real star in his role.
Oh, yeah.
Elite role player at the 3. He can do a little bit of everything for you. And I like the pick a lot. I really think he fits into what they're doing well, and he's definitely going to get a little bit of run this season at the least. Like,
No, that's definitely like a Spurs guy, I think.
for sure. Anything else you want to say about the Spurs? I'm going to give them an A.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Dylan Harper, like that's the next best available guy. You got to pick him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm A plus because I think Carter Bryant's probably one of the best other, like prospects at 14 you could have got.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I really love the Carter Bryant pick.
Yeah,
I don't know about Harper. Like, obviously him as a player,
it's the only other guy. Like he was the number 2 guy.
I kind of like Ace. I don't know about for the Spurs. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
for the Spurs, he's
Personally,
just not like a
if I was the
Spurs guy, I
I'm
guess.
trying to trade the number 2 pick like before this, but for what they're trying to do, I guess they're just trying to build up.
Even Edgecombe would be nice for them.
Yeah, but he's not the number 2 guy. Like, let's be honest, Harper's
Harper's got a
better.
bigger ceiling, for sure.
Yeah, he's better right now and a bigger ceiling, I'd argue. So
Yeah.
But let's move on into VJ Edgecombe. I mean, I gave the Sixers a B just because I don't think Edgecombe has the ceiling that someone like an Ace Bailey has. Even I would have liked Trey Johnson here, but they already have McCain. But either way, athletic, high defensive floor. He can be a great catch and shoot guy. Eventually like a 3-and-D wing. But even on this roster right now, I don't see him getting quite as many minutes as a lot of these other guys in the lottery. Like, they have Kelly Oubre and Quentin Grimes if he comes back.
I don't think Grimes will come back. I mean, someone's going to pay him, right?
Yeah, I'd assume so. But you never know. I mean, long term, he makes sense if he can learn from a Paul George. I didn't mention Paul George, of course, but I don't know.
No, I gave him an A just because they have this young team brewing with Maxey. I mean, he's a little older now, but he's still young. McCain, Edgecombe now.
I just feel like Edgecombe is ideally a 2, and McCain's a 2.
Yeah.
So
He is ideally a 2, but he's just so athletic, I think, that he can...
He can definitely play 3. I picture
that.
him playing 3 as a rookie. But you never know. He could get a lot more playing time than I'm imagining. But anything more than 20 minutes right now, it's hard for me to see.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because they are trying to win right now.
Yeah, they're trying to compete. But a guy who's definitely going to get a lot of run is Con Knippel, however you say his name. Noople, Knipple, fucking whatever, bro. I gave them a B+. Great connective guard. I think with ball handlers like Melo and Brandon Miller, it might... With ball handlers like Melo and Brandon Miller, it's going to be easy for him to get open looks for the most part. He should come out the gates as a great shooter next to those guys. I would have loved them to take a center somewhere, as now they've traded Mark Williams. That's why I didn't give them an A, but...
That is a little weird that they just have nobody at the center position right now.
They got Yusuf Nurkic.
They got nobody at the center position right now that can play real basketball.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan is. I mean, there's got to be someone they can sign in free agency, but I would have loved Malawak here. So
Four would kind of be a reach.
A little bit, but he's kind of perfect for what you're doing. So
That's true. He would be great with that team defensively, lob threat for Melo. But I do like Khan with this team.
Yeah,
he's supposed to come in and be a good defender. Can knock
Yes.
down the open threes. LaMelo is going to generate a lot of open looks for him.
for sure.
And I like him better than Ace Bailey in this spot because you don't need Ace Bailey playing with Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, that's just weird.
You just need more of a role player who can fit the team, and I think Khan's exactly that.
Yeah, I actually really like the pick, but I would have loved to see Malawak go here. Is it
would be a great
Malawak or
fit.
Malawak?
I've heard both.
Okay.
I've heard both. I honestly have no idea. I've always thought it was Malawak, but then
yeah.
I heard yesterday people saying Malawach.
I don't know. What grade are you giving the Hornets?
I'm
for
giving
this?
it an A.
Giving them an A?
Just because I think it was the best pick in that spot. Malawak is still very raw. Like
I know
he's got the
but
athleticism, the
he just
length.
has such a high
He's
ceiling.
7'2".
Like that really elite tier of. I'll talk about him more when we get there.
Yeah.
But at 5, the Utah Jazz took Ace Bailey. You're really big on him, so I want to hear your opinion.
Ace
about
Bailey,
this.
I mean, this guy's a bucket getter. This guy gets buckets, and I think he fits 100% perfect with the Jazz. You got a guy next to him in Laurie who can space the floor with him. They haven't, and he's not a guy that's gonna dribble the ball and take a lot of shots. We know that he's a great off-ball player.
Ace Bailey?
No, Laurie.
Oh, okay.
Laurie. So they fit perfectly next to each other. Ace Bailey can come in and average 20 next year. I'm not saying he's gonna shoot good. He might shoot 40% from the field because he takes so many tough shots.
I can damn near guarantee you he's going to shoot around 40%. They don't have anybody to create a shot for him either.
Hey, that guy's a shot creator.
I get that, but
It's when he gets in the zone, the guy just can't miss. You can't contest a shot. And in college, his dribble game, his off the dribble game, it showed flashes. Obviously, he's gonna need to tighten up the handle because he's going to the NBA. But I think he's got so much potential. He could be a guy in 6 years that's averaging 30 points a game.
30 is crazy.
He's kind of like Imani Bates if Imani Bates was like actually good.
That's pretty funny.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, so what grade did you give them?
A+.
I gave them an A-.
Who else would they take here though?
I get it. And I said I think Ace
It's
is
the
a
best
good
decision
swing
possible.
at a guy that they have to grab like at this roster. Like this is their best chance to grab a guy.
A superstar.
So, and this guy's really superstar or bust in my opinion though.
Yeah. He's a superstar or Jalen Green as a 4.
You said Jalen Green?
As a 4, man. Yeah. Inefficient shot chucker.
Nah, I
Who
don't.
does not impact winning on a good level.
Relax there, buddy. Stop talking.
Jalen
about
Green this year,
like
I'm talking
that.
about.
Stop
In the
talking about-
playoffs.
Bro had a couple bad games on national TV.
Yeah, it's 6 out of 7.
Chill. It wasn't that. It was like 3 out of 7, 4 out of 7 maybe.
Nah, I think Ace Bailey's really good.
They also drafted Walter Clayton. I gave grades for like what the team did. You gave grades for each pick.
Mm-hmm.
But they also drafted Walter Clayton at 18.
Do you know what he did in the tournament?
Yeah, he was the Florida State. Or not Florida, just Florida. Okay. Yeah, he won the national championship. He went off during the tournament.
Yeah.
He's an older guy, but I don't see how he makes sense for this roster. I mean, they have a lot of guards already. I would have loved to see him go to Minnesota, personally.
Yeah, I mean,
they
he had
picked
a
him, but
Cinderella college run. Who knows what he's really going to do in the league?
I mean, he shows he looks like he can be a good shooter in the league. The playmaking could develop a bit more.
A player comparison that I've seen that I like is Jamal Murray.
I think that's a little bit of a reach for him. I don't think he's ever going to reach Jamal Murray.
I'm not saying those heights, but just the
I
play
like
style.
a Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just like, I don't know if he's that. I don't know.
I mean, you don't know if he's that good. You think Peyton Pritchard is better
Just
than
like
Jamal
fast and
Yeah,
quick
okay.
and that.
Shades of. Like, he's definitely slower, like bigger body like Jamal Murray, but I think his impact is going to be more Peyton Pritchard level.
Yeah. I mean, I think the rookie year is going to tell a lot just because he is like a 22 or 23-year-old already.
Yeah, like, I don't know if there's so much room in his game to grow, but I think his decision-making can get a bit better, and his playmaking can get a bit better. So
He does have that clutch gene, though.
he could be like a secondary creator or six-man type guy in the future, and I think that's got some value to him.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Maybe not with the Jazz right now, but he could bring, some presence to that backcourt. So let's talk about the Wizards at 6.
Trey Johnson.
I like Trey Johnson's game, man.
He's one of those guys. Yeah, I like his game too. Coming into the draft that I really liked. Just because he can do everything in terms of scoring the ball.
Scoring the ball, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I love his fit with the Wizards.
I like it, but
yeah, I mean, they do have a Koulibaly and Sarr, actually, so that is great defensive guys next to him. So there's nobody really to take the ball out of his hands. I gave it a B+.
I gave it a B+ as well, just because, I mean, and let me emphasize, like, I really, really like Trey Johnson's game. He's, a great shooter, great scorer off the catch or off the dribble, and I think he's a good shot at a long-term, like, primary scorer for this Wizards team, especially next to defensive guys like Koulibaly and Sarr. Only concern is anytime you get, like, a high-volume shooter like this in college. He only shot 41% from the field in college. His 3-point shooting was phenomenal, but you just never know if high-level scoring like that is going to translate to the next level. I do love his play off the catch, attacking closeouts, keeping it to 2 to 3 dribbles, though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't love his, like, creating self-creation right now. But
It is a thing,
I think
like-
he definitely can grow.
He came in to Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
I did watch a few games like live of him last year. There was really nobody else on that Texas team that could do shit. Like, he came in as a
Yeah.
freshman and was automatically the guy. So it's not like he had much help. So I can't hold that much weight against him.
No, I'm not talking shit at all. I just don't expect like immediate self-creation from him in the league. But I think it will develop. He
I
just
could agree
doesn't
with
have
that.
that like quick first step.
Yeah, he is very like
He's not super athletic, but he's a very skilled scorer.
he's pretty crafty,
Yeah, he's very crafty in the lane.
and he can hit contested shots.
Yeah, I love his shooting mechanics. It's just smooth and like buttery.
He does have a nice smooth jumper.
I love
It
him
looks-
off the
it looks
catch.
pleasing.
I love him off the catch though. But I think he should. He's going to make an impact on the Wizards pretty much immediately as a scorer.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody starting over him right now, right? I mean, McCollum, I guess.
I mean, there's Bub Carrington.
he's a point guard.
I think they're kind of similar players, like both score first guys. I do think Trey Johnson actually does have some real playmaking potential
Because he is such a good scorer.
because he's such a good scorer. Yeah.
I don't hate the fit with both of them though. I think Bub is a better ball handler and
Yeah.
just actual point guard. Like
I don't
when
think
Trey
Bub's
Johnson on
really
the floor,
an
he's
actual
trying to
point
shoot.
guard, though. You know what I'm
You don't think
saying?
so?
I think Bub's way more of a combo guard than anything. He definitely
true.
has the
That's true.
handles of a point guard.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's more of a score first guy.
He's not looking to facilitate the offense.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
exactly.
But he was
could,
with the
though.
Wizards last year. Who knows?
True.
um,
But B+ from both of us for the Wizards here.
yeah. Jeremiah Fears to the Pelicans next. I think you said you liked him.
I do like him. I don't love the fit, but
I mean, who else are the Pelicans going to take at this
I think
point?
he's
Like,
more of a long-term guy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's definitely a little bit more of a project than some of these other lottery guys.
Mm.
But I really like his game. I love his aggression, getting into the lane. I actually really do see like a bigger Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's ever going to be Jalen Brunson's level right now, but his post footwork is actually really good.
His ability to get the shot off.
Yeah, his ability to get the shot off. Exactly. That framed it perfectly right there.
Yeah.
I like Jeremiah Fears. I think in the future he could work out very well for the Pelicans. I just don't know. I don't think he's going to get much time this year at all.
Yeah, no, I think the Pelicans are actually trying to win a little bit this year.
Yes.
They just traded their pick. You want to talk about that? They traded their 2026 first round pick.
So
the worst or the best pick between them and the Bucks.
Joe Dumars has definitely made some missteps in his first few trades.
Yeah.
You know, of course, there's the Pacers trade where they traded the number 23 pick they traded the 2026 Pacers pick back to the Pacers for this year's number 23 pick, who they then traded to the Hawks for Derek Queen, along with a 2026 first round pick, like you said, most favorable between Pelicans and Bucks, which is just a mistake, knowing that you could be bad again and the Bucks could be bad again, and that could be a lottery pick that you never know with the motherfucking lottery. It could turn
Could be the
into
number one pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and then
know
you
what?
get fucking what's his name, Cam Boozer, or
Cam Boozer, yeah.
what's his brother's name?
I don't
The worst brother, the worst Boozer.
I know it, but who gives a fuck? Cam Boozer is the real guy. But I seen a lot of hate for this pick or this trade.
I just want to say I gave them a B- for the draft, the players they actually drafted, not the trades. But
Yeah, for Fears I just gave him a B. But I've
Let's
seen
talk
a lot
about Derek
of
Queen.
I've seen a lot of hate for this trade for Derek Queen because of the pick, obviously.
of course, because
But here's the thing: if you have a guy that you really like, which they must with Derek Queen to do this trade, yeah, it could jump up to the number one pick next year, but it also could just fall in this same range around 8 to 15.
Yeah,
You know, the Bucks and the Pels could be playing teams next year.
but I don't think like the Hawks really gave up anything like,
What
to
they
get that
what,
pick out of him. They drafted Asa
well,
Newell
they went 10 spots back.
10 spots back. Yeah, and I think they didn't want Derek Queen anyway.
Yeah, no, I think they got.
I think they got the guy that they wanted to get.
Yeah,
It
great
was-
trade for the Hawks.
Yeah, I just want to touch on Asa Newell and the Hawks. I think he brings them like their front court is very well put together now. They got a lot of different
Hey,
guys.
the Hawks have been having a low key, nice offseason with the Niang in the second for Porzingis. Like, yeah, Porzingis might play 10 minutes a game because he has a mystery illness. I'm not gonna speculate on that.
AIDS.
But shit, maybe he comes back and he can play 25 to 30 minutes a game alongside Trey and Onyeka.
30?
Onyeka can play. I mean, shit, like, yeah, you have Onyeka, you have Jalen Johnson, but I think Porzingis can play with both of them.
I agree.
And you didn't give up shit for him, so that's a great trade for them. And they do this trade. Asa Newell, I think he can develop into a nice
He's
fit
a
for
good
that
lob
team.
threat for Trey.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good athlete. 6'11", well built. I think he definitely has some real potential to become like an impact player for the Hawks off the bench.
Yeah, and they didn't need any of these other guys like Derek Queen or.
Let's talk about Derek Queen on the Pelicans, though.
Yeah.
He's definitely interesting. I always like skilled bigs, but there's always the chance they just don't translate to the NBA level, especially if that three never really develops.
Oh, that's got to develop for
It's
Queen.
got to develop for sure. I saw some people speculating that they like him, like, not like as a future starter at the 4. Like they're kind of Zion insurance. Not that he's anywhere near Zion's level or anything like that, but just
He definitely have to like get a little bit quicker with.
for sure.
I mean,
He's a really good driver, though.
Yeah, he
like
is.
he's crafty
on
for a big
defense, I
guy.
mean.
Oh, on defense. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Defense is questionable for sure.
I like the fit though. Get a guy that can play long next to Zion when Yves Missy is on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna come in right away and be a impactful winning guy. I like his game alongside this Pelicans team.
Yeah, it definitely works, and he has like a good like playmaking potential to be kind of like a hub guy.
Yeah.
But you just never know. I think it was a bit of a reach here.
For the Pelicans. They must really like him.
They must really like him, yeah. But if we want to talk about a fucking reach, let's
We
talk
get this
about the
Nets pick?
goddamn Brooklyn Nets and is it Jaeger Demon?
Yeah.
Jaeger Demon. I just gotta say, bro, like even if you like Demon that much, I don't think anyone else was threatening to take him this early. A 6'9"-ish guard, he does show great intelligence and vision, but I just question how he can possibly like be a threat to score at this level, just because he doesn't seem to be able to create perimeter separation, and his body doesn't seem to be ready to really drive the lane at the NBA level. I mean, it's definitely more of a long-term thing, but it also doesn't go well with like all their other picks because they're all guys that feel like they need the ball in their hand, or I feel like they'd be best with the ball in their hand, like Nolan Traore, Ben Serif. I've watched a little bit of him since the draft, and
Yeah.
I mean, I think Drake Powell is probably their best pick, just because he's a guy that can contribute without having the ball in his hands.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This draft,
I gave him a D.
I
by the
might
way,
for this pick.
for this their
For the
whole
whole
draft.
draft, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if for this pick, it's probably a D too.
They're shot taking for sure.
Yeah, and you draft this many like primary ball handlers, you think you're bound to hit on one, but I don't know, brother. These ain't the guys for me.
I mean, when you have 5 first round picks, I'm surprised they didn't try to trade up
Yeah,
and get a guy like Trey Johnson or,
or
even
Jeremiah
Fears.
Fears.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey Johnson wouldn't have made sense because they still have Cam Thomas on the roster.
Oh yeah, true. They're the same player.
They're similar, but
no, yeah.
I just don't get any of these picks for the most part. Like, I like Drake Powell. I do think he's going to be like a decent athleticism, high defensive upside pick. I just want to talk more about Demon, bro. Like,
Yeah.
not only is the offense questionable, but the defense is questionable too because his lateral movement isn't that great, so he's going to get beat by guards laterally and bodied by bigger wings if he tries to defend them. It's like, I've seen the comparisons of Josh Giddey, but he kind of gives me like Kyle Anderson vibes almost.
Kyle Anderson
I
is
mean,
crazy.
I'm just saying, bro, like a skinny ass guard Kyle Anderson.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, he's not athletic. Can't really shoot. Doesn't have that quick first step. He could be out of the league in 3 or 4 years.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm just saying he could.
But he has every mark of a guy.
He's got the
that would be.
potential to be an out of the league guy.
He really does, which is crazy. That negative potential.
I give him a C though. I mean, I don't see any other guy that they could have picked that would have been like besides Malawak. Malawak. I mean, if they're gonna trade,
I would have liked
Claxton.
CMB.
But he's not. He's not a guy that can develop into a star. I think, and that's kind of. I feel like that's what the Nets are trying to do.
Asenge, he's more of a project too, but
I mean, yeah, they're definitely shot taking.
They are. What do you think of Traore? I haven't really watched him that much, but he just seems like another non-shooting.
I mean,
primary ball
he didn't
guard.
do shit in France, so they're basically just like
preying on potential.
That
shit does not ever work, bro. I don't know.
I know in like the Euro leagues and overseas,
young
like
guys
the
don't get
the stats are gonna look bad, like no matter what, probably.
Yeah, they just don't get as much run, like especially if they know they're going to the NBA.
Yeah,
but
I think that was another reach. But this is one of these drafts that I don't know the prospects very well. I feel like last year and the years before, I was a little bit more tuned in. This year, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did my research after the draft, brother.
Yeah.
Like I went in kind of completely blind, and I did a lot of research afterwards to bring it to the pod. But I agree. I feel like the draft really snuck up on me this year.
Yeah.
I was so locked in on the playoffs and the finals that I wasn't even thinking about the draft. Then all of a sudden, it's 3 days away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
C for Demon.
I mean, a D overall for the Nets, man. Joe Tsai's trying to make up for the Kyrie tweeted doc by drafting 2 Israeli guys back to back is crazy, bro.
Surprised you didn't tweet Kyrie.
Nah, Kyrie's chill as fuck, man. He doesn't want that shit.
Hey, Raptors with CMB, Colin Murray Boyles. How you feel about that? It feels like they draft the same player every single year.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I like CMB as a player, but to grade the Raptors, bro, I gave them a C+, man. I just don't get passing on Malawak here. They are loaded with forwards, and CMB seems to play a very similar role to Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
Defensive upside seems high, but he's too small to play center, in my opinion. He's like 6'8". He is big, but there's very few guys who can play center at that height in the NBA. I'm curious what the long-term fit looks like. I mean, I like CMB. I like Colin Murray Boyles, but I just don't know how he looks on the Raptors next year.
We know Masai Ujiri loves these long, athletic, rangy wings.
They really should have drafted Malawak here, in my opinion, man. He's really I think he's one of the better players in this draft, like one of the highest upsides.
Yeah, I gave the Raptors a B just because there was only one guy that I could see them picking, who I thought they were gonna pick.
Yeah,
but no, he loves these wings. I can't blame him. I like CMB's game, but like honestly, you said, man, I don't know how much time he's gonna get with the Raptors. I think he'll learn well. I think he'll develop well with that team.
For sure.
Just because they have the guys that can teach him and train him, but he's not going to get minutes early.
Which is just tough because I think he could be a guy who got minutes early on another team.
True.
Like, that's what grade did you give him?
B.
B?
Yeah.
A little bit more harsh on him, but I just don't understand it from like a roster standpoint.
I think they just took who they thought was the best available player instead of fit.
I disagree either way, but let's move on to the Suns at number 10. I gave them an A, man.
Yeah, I gave him an A.
Really like Common Malawak. He should look great next to Devin Booker. I just love his upside as like a top tier lob threat rim defender.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like a steal at 10.
He's got all the potential to be a traditional defensive menace, lob threat, offensive rebounding, center paint beast. I mean,
yeah, paint beast, bro. Like he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be very effective on both ends.
I mean, yeah, you think so, but There's also the weaknesses in the pick and
I
roll game, switching outside.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
like
That's
in today's NBA.
that's a part of being a fucking 7-foot paint beast, though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're gonna get switched out to perimeter guys sometimes, and you're not gonna be able to fucking stay up with the pace. Like,
He's a great role playing center. He like his
yeah,
potential.
I think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
I just think he's gonna be one of the best centers you can get in that mold,
Especially for the Suns.
especially for the Suns. I mean, I think Jalen Green's gonna actually like be very.
This is a Rockets fan.
I think Jalen Green is
a
gonna
Rockets
look.
fan here.
I think
You think he's gonna average 30
him next to like a traditional center is gonna actually help him a lot. Is what I'm trying to say.
instead of like a Sengun.
Instead of Sengun. I mean, I don't know what he's going to look like with fucking Devin Booker and Bradley Beal out there as well, but I do think Jalen Green would benefit from a traditional center.
In what sense?
I just think he's going to be better using a center that's more rim driven.
Instead of creating for himself.
Exactly. Like, just stay out the way, let me try to cook, and guess what? If your guy comes over, that's a lob.
Yeah.
Like, not that Jalen Green's like a
I've
crazy
never seen
playmaker.
Jalen Green throw a lob.
Because Sengun's not a lob threat like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Sengun is athletic, but he
He's not
doesn't
a
look
lob
for
threat.
lobs like that.
Yeah.
But it's more he's the one trying to throw the lobs for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, no, I love this pick for the Suns. I give him an A. And they
Yeah.
also traded for Mark Williams.
Yeah, let's talk about that Mark Williams trade. I mean, it's a little bit weird because he kind of just feels like a bridge player for Malawak to develop a little bit.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been healthy, and you gave up, was it a first-round pick, 2 first-round picks?
They gave up, I think, first round pick in this draft. It was like his 29th, maybe.
Yes.
And then another first round pick. It might have been like 2029.
Yeah. I think it was 2029. I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit much to give up for Mark Williams right now, but especially because you're drafted Malawak to be a long-term guy.
Yeah, but no, they're trying to win this year though. Like they don't have their picks. They are trying to put together a competent, competitive team, and I think
They do have their pick next year.
They do.
Didn't the Rockets just trade it back to them for KD? Or was that
No,
just
they just
10?
traded the 10th pick.
Oh, it was
yeah.
just 10 and 5 seconds. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
so-
Shit.
I like that in terms of he's going to help them win games next year just because they don't have anybody. They don't have a center on that team besides Osa, who's just
The
a.
Suns? They have Nick Richards still
Nick
and Mark
Richards.
Williams.
I'm talking about that's why they got Mark Williams.
Yeah, yeah. It's just weird now they have Nick Richards, Mark
He
Williams.
might be a free agent though.
Nick Richards?
Yeah.
I have no clue. I thought he was on like a 2-year deal or something.
I mean, if they still do have him, then I don't get it that much. I still like the fit there because that's what they need. He does need to get back to his defensive versatility and shot blocking, but
Yeah.
Malawak can learn some things from him at least. Help him develop because he is still only like 19 years old.
Yeah. What do you think about Cedric Coward going to the Grizzlies?
You know, this guy, Coward, like, he wasn't projected this high at all. But the things that I have seen and heard about him is he's
I
got
really like
so
him, man.
much upside.
I really like
So
him.
much upside.
He's an older guy. I think he's 21. He spent some time in D3.
Is that true? I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
But I really like Coward's game. I gave the Grizzlies an A for this pick.
An A. They did reach. I gave him a B. I mean,
It might have been a reach. I don't know. I mean, I don't. But I really like him. I like his game. Long, skilled wing, great defensive tools, shot great from the field and from 3.
yeah.
He should be in a really good role for him. I think he's going to be like a real rotational player early for the Grizzlies. I just think he's a great overall player.
For the
Like-
Grizzlies, they're so good at developing talent, I think. So I think he will probably be good. And I feel like they get the best out of their players.
I think he's just going to be one of those guys that's an absolute star in his role.
Do you think he could develop into an actual star? Because that's what the Grizzlies have been needing for 3-4 years now.
I
Was a star
I think
wing.
he'd be. Yeah, it is. In my opinion, his ceiling's like fringe all-star. But I think he's one of those guys that does a little bit of everything. Like, I don't think he's J-Dub, but
Maybe just a little less tier.
yeah, basically like a lower tier J-Dub. I think he's a lot more polished than these guys right now in the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why he's going to get minutes early. You're going to see him on the court game one, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
who else do the Grizzlies have? Jalen Wells is going to start the 2.
yeah. I mean, Coward's like 6'6", but he's got like a 7-foot wingspan.
He's a 3.
He's definitely a 3, in my opinion. He makes some great defensive plays, bro. Like getting in passing lanes very effectively.
Mm.
He's just got that defensive. It's one of those things
Instincts.
you can't. It's the intangibles, bro. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the instincts. You can't quite put it on paper, but you can see it when you watch him play.
For sure.
And the journey from going from fucking D3,
You got to root for it.
you got to root for it, bro. I really like Cedric Coward, so A for me.
Who we got next? The Chicago Bulls draft Noah Asenge.
Talk to me, bro. I really want to know how you feel about this. Now I'm assuming you've dug into him.
Yeah, I like
quite a
him.
bit.
He seems like a long-rangey guy that can do a little bit of everything. He has a 3-ball. He can be a good defender. I don't see where he gets minutes
Yeah, he's more
right
of a
now.
project.
He definitely is a project. But I think in long term, him and Modest can play on the floor at the same time.
I agree. What grade did you give him?
I gave him just a B. Like, I don't know what else we do here. I didn't want Derek Queen.
Yeah, I gave y'all an A-, man.
Could have got Carter Bryant, I guess, because Pat Wills, he's got to be gone. He's got to be gone the next few years.
I do think Carter Bryant would definitely. I like him more with the Spurs because there's players around him that are gonna create for him.
Yeah,
and he's not a guy he's a role player.
Even a Thomas Sorber though, like we needed a big.
Thomas Sorber has had a foot injury, like a foot surgery. As a big man, that's just a little bit scary.
That is scary.
I like Noah Esengay, fluid, lengthy.
I like him too. I like
defensive
his game.
versatility. Well, what is the
Versatility?
word? Versatility. Yeah, I spelled it wrong here and it fucked me up. Defensive versatility, on-ball flashes.
It's gonna come down
I do
to
think
how
the
the Bulls
offense needs a
develop.
lot of work, but he could be like a great defensive counterpoint to another similar-sized guy in Chicago, Modest, whose offense is my favorite part of his game.
Oh, for sure.
I think basically Esengay is going to be like the defensive version of Modest. Like they're very similarly built, but I think he's definitely more leaning towards a big man, where Modest is more leaning towards a wing.
I agree.
But they could be a great combo with the 3 and 4 eventually.
It's gonna take some time.
For sure. Like I'm talking like 3 years down the line.
Yeah. I do really like his game though.
Yeah, A- for me.
Nice.
Next pick, that was
Derek Queen to the Pelicans. We already talked about that.
Yes, we did. So we got to talk about the Thunder.
No, Spurs, Carter Bryant. We did talk about that,
You
yeah.
can talk about him more if you want to.
No, like I just said, he's a Spurs guy. For this
Yeah.
pick in general, I just gave it an A.
I think he's going to be one of those like really impactful role players. Like I don't think his stats are going to be ridiculous, but
Spurs know how to develop talent. So.
for sure. So yeah, 15, the Thunder drafted Thomas Sorber. He makes sense because, of course, like contractually, you're going to have to move off of iHeart eventually.
Yeah.
And if they obviously think he's someone that they can develop to play next to Chet eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is that foot surgery,
Yeah.
in my opinion, and it's just a little bit sketchy when it's a big man and it could potentially linger.
Definitely scary.
I gave them a B though.
Yeah, I gave them a B as well, just because what else do you really do here?
Yeah.
There's really no other centers besides with the Grizzlies. No, the Trailblazers drafted next.
Well, there's also Yohan Berenjay that the Timberwolves drafted, who I think is actually going to be decent.
That was 17.
Yeah, 17.
Grizzlies or the Trailblazers at 16.
I know.
Oh, is the center?
Yeah, Yohan Berenjay. He's a center in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he's 6'11".
But Yang Hansen or Hansen Yang in Chinese.
Yeah.
But I did not know who this was at the time, and of course this was kind of an insane reach.
Yeah.
But like,
that bro was sitting in the crowd.
hey, bro, he probably got a promise from them. Like Rich Paul's his agent.
He got a promise?
Not a promise. You don't fucking fly out there for no reason. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
But
he's gonna get drafted the second day. Like
apparently, like the Blazers have been like locking in on him over the last few years.
They must think he's like a superstar potential guy.
I mean, did you watch any of his film?
No.
I watched his film, and I do understand why the Blazers are high on him.
Yeah.
Like he has flashes offensively where you can see the vision, bro. Like, his passing is pretty insane for a 7'2" guy. He has a post-up game that's pretty decent. Like, he can get by you. He's not slow, but it's just an insane reach. Like, but he does have great vision and shows some post mobility as a shot blocker as well.
They must have thought someone else would have taken him.
I don't know, man. They could have gotten him in the second round, but when you got your guy, you got your guy.
I mean, they traded up for him. So
Did they trade up?
yeah, this was the Grizzlies pick traded to the
Oh, yeah.
Trailblazers.
I mean, the Grizzlies traded up. The
Oh, yeah.
Blazers traded back from 11. I'm pretty sure.
I just gave him a C though, just because they.
I gave him a
they
C
reached,
too.
They
'Cause it's
reached
such
so
a reach.
far,
Like, I like him.
and they drafted Klingon last year.
Yeah, they
and you
have
still have
Klingon,
Ayton on the
Ayton,
roster.
Robert Williams. I mean, this guy's a project,
Yeah.
and I don't think he could ever coexist with Klingon on the floor either.
No.
So it could potentially be like a Jokic-Nurkic remix.
Yeah. I mean, shit. If they have that predicament,
That's a good thing to have.
then this guy is opposite Jokic. I guess is what you're saying.
I mean, he shows flashes. Like,
Yeah.
his vision is there. He's a real good passer. Like,
Yeah.
and he has the post-up game.
If he's got the offense if he can develop the offense to go with
He's
the
a decent shot
playmaking.
blocker too, though.
Yeah. I mean, he is already 250 coming in.
The offense, like scoring, I don't think he's ever going to be like a scorer like Jokic is, which is part of the reason why Jokic is such a good passer. But I
Yeah.
think his impact is still probably going to be felt as like a decent.
I didn't know who this guy was. When
Neither
he
did
got
I. I
drafted.
had no fuck. I've never heard the name before in my life, but like I locked in on. He was the first guy I looked up and like
Yeah.
really watched film on,
Okay.
and I like him, man. I think he's decent, but
Yeah. C for me.
let's talk about the Timberwolves at 17. Yohan Berenjay.
You know, Gobert's gonna be gone in a few years.
Yeah, I actually said he could be like a Rudy Light eventually.
He is from France,
He is from France. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be great for him to learn behind Rudy as well.
for sure.
He's one of those guys who's a shot blocker, and he could be a vertical threat offensively.
Hmm.
But I kind of wish they went for more of an impact now guy, like maybe Rasheer Fleming. But he
Yeah.
got picked by. You said the Suns
The
traded.
Suns
for him?
traded for the first pick in the second round.
is going on right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
Fleming is the only guy that in the second round where I was like, wow.
He fell to
he
the
didn't get
second
picked.
round.
Yeah.
I mean, I really would have liked a Walter Clayton Jr. pick here from the Timberwolves. I think he's more of a good chance he's an impact now guy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate that pick if they did do that. I gave him a B plus though for
I gave him a B.
just like you said, can learn behind Gobert.
Yeah,
They are
it's,
going to need some center help in the near future.
it's definitely a Gobert insurance
Replacement.
package. Yeah, replacement. Yeah,
Yeah. Yo, teach this guy for a few years.
and then retire.
Yeah. Or get the fuck off our team. We don't care.
Yeah,
what you do.
facts. I mean, there's no way he gets another contract like that.
I don't care where you go, just not here.
So 18, that was Walter Clayton, right?
Yeah.
To the Jazz.
Yeah, I don't for the Jazz and for this team
It's
in general.
weird.
Definitely weird.
Like,
They should have done what the
I would
Nets
have
did.
even liked the Heat picking Walter Clayton at
Oh,
20.
that would have been awesome.
Who was 19?
That was Nolan Traore.
Oh, yeah.
But the Heat did get the guy from Illinois, Jakachunas Kasparas.
Jakachunas. I've heard Jakajonas and like Jakachonis and Jakaunit. Jakachunas.
Jakachunas, that's what I've been calling him.
I've heard Jakachon like Chonis.
Yeah.
But-
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I gave them a B plus for this pick though.
I gave him a C. I really
You don't
don't
like
love
him?
him, bro. No.
I like him just because he did have such a great start. He was considered a lottery guy,
At
kind
one
of all
point.
through college.
At
Did
one
kind of
point,
fall
yeah.
off a little bit, but I think the upside there, especially for this Heat team.
I don't think that upside's there, brother.
You don't think so? I think
No.
he'd be a scorer.
Dude, he is not quick. Like, he can only get space off screens from what I've seen.
Yeah,
And I think he will be, like, have a really decent pick and roll game.
yeah.
But, like, is he a point guard or is he a shooting guard?
I consider him a point guard.
I don't think he's that great of a playmaker either. Like,
I think he's a scorer who can make the right pass. He gets to the rim. Obviously, the shot would have to develop for him to be an actual scorer.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, he's not the quickest. He's not the most athletic.
But yeah, I mean, I don't love it. I do think he has a pretty decent pick and roll game. He loves the step back.
Yeah.
He needs to find a way to pull up cleanly. And he just doesn't look quick enough to separate, like to create space in the NBA. And he can't really create separation at all or turn the corner on his defenders.
I think
the handle isn't great. The handle is not point guard level.
The same with the Grizzlies, though. The Heat are great at just developing and getting the most out of their players.
I mean, I don't really like him off the catch as a shooter. And he doesn't have the same handle or quickness as a ball handler should have in the NBA.
I just think when a guy falls to you, who else do you even pick here if you're the Heat?
I don't know, man.
Going down the board, Will Riley, Powell, Clifford, Newell.
Yeah.
Would you rather him take Chase Richardson? You got Bam and you drafted Khalil Ware last year, so you don't really need a big guy like Clifford.
Yeah, and it's
Newell.
not like you need a Rasheer Fleming because you got a Jaime Jaquez. I like Jace Richardson, but I think he's perfect for the Magic.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave them an A+ for that, by the way, but we'll get that when we get there. But yeah, I just don't love Kasparis, so I'm just not a fan.
I'm not like a huge fan of his game or anything, but I think when a guy falls to you and you're the
I really don't know what else they could have done, but I don't even know if he was the best player available, brother.
Yeah, who does? Nobody.
Yeah. But who was 21? Will Riley, and that was to the
the Wizards.
The Wizards, yes.
Yeah, traded to the Wizards.
I don't know much of anything about Will Riley. I didn't really get a chance to look at his game.
6'8" guard / forward.
Okay.
Who played a little bit of point guard at Illinois alongside Jack Shunas. But I don't know much about him either. He was a bench player last year, so you didn't get to see too much of him, but he's got a good handle for 6'8", good vision.
Bit of potential there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much.
I don't know much about him either. That's pretty much all I know. He can get to the rim, not a shooter.
22. That wasn't Asa.
That was the Drake Powell pick.
That was Drake Powell. Yeah, I like Drake Powell. Like I said, great athlete.
He's got a lot of potential.
I think defensively he has a lot of potential as well. I don't know if the offense ever really comes around to star level.
No, star level offense from the 22nd pick. You'd be amazed if you got that.
Bro, that shit happens all the time. Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, but that guy, he was an offense player.
Yeah, you're right.
College.
You're right. But no, I think he's definitely the best pick by the Nets in this draft.
In the spot they took him for sure.
In my opinion, one of the highest upsides that they picked.
Yeah.
I don't think Jaeger Demon has that high of an upside.
Neither do I.
What is his peak? Josh Giddey, basically.
Yeah. No, I don't see the vision for Denham. But
I think Josh Giddey came in better as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for shitting on you, Demon. You might be good,
hey,
but
he's gonna prove you wrong.
23.
Who was that?
I got all my shit out of order here.
That was Asa Newell.
That was Asa Newell, yeah.
I gave it an
A. I'll give them an A as well, actually. I like that they got their guy. They got a pick out of it.
Yeah.
And I like how their front court's looking right now.
He's not a guy that's going to get a lot of minutes, I don't think.
I don't think right away, no, but he's definitely a guy. I think there's a good chance someone on, he's going to find a way into the rotation, whether it be through injury.
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance we see him on the court next year, a decent bit.
Yeah, he'll get some run for sure. They were playing Mo Gay last year.
Yeah, facts.
So
Mo Gay's not terrible, though.
No, he was a good energy guy for that team, but Newell, he should get some run. I like his fit alongside Trey, just catching lobs and being a menace on defense.
Definitely like him alongside Trey as well.
Next, it was Neat Clifford.
The Kings. I don't know shit about
from Colorado State. I know that the Colorado State had a good tournament run. That's all about it that I know about him, to be honest.
Is he an older guy or no?
Yeah, he is. It's like 22 or 23.
Oh, he's 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know who he is now. I recognize him. He's definitely an Impact Now guy, but like...
For the Kings, do you like that?
No.
No? I mean,
No.
the Kings, I don't know what... They don't have a direction right now.
They don't have any direction. It's the most confusing basketball squad ever put together, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like he fits in there with Keegan Murray and DeMar DeRozan and...
Fits with Zach LaVine?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just kind of feels like another Keegan Murray.
No, this guy's more of a guard.
Older than Keegan. Is he more of a guard? I pictured him more of a forward.
I think he's a guard.
6'6", okay, yeah.
A little bit more.
I see what you're saying.
No, I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if he's off the team in a few years.
I mean, 23.
But I think he can come in and impact because
it's just kind of crazy, bro. Like, especially the Kings, who I feel like they need to just get some young talent.
They're trying to win, I guess. They're trying to be another playing team.
Yeah, enjoy mediocrity, brother.
Yeah.
So
did
25.
Did you see that rumor about the Kings and the Celtics?
No.
They're about to swap, not swap, but JB Sabonis shit.
I did not see nothing.
I guess they were discussing it.
What do you think about Sabonis on the Celtics?
They'd have to get LaVine in that trade too.
Oh yeah,
they'd have to get some more shit.
That's interesting. I mean, I don't love it. It kind of feels like a lose-lose.
Their defense would definitely take a hit.
I mean, why the fuck would the Kings trade for Jaylen Brown? Like,
they gotta get talent somehow.
They don't have shit to put around him. It just doesn't make sense.
JB is the number one option.
Bro, if that trade happened, the NBA's cooked. Like, that's just a 2K ass trade for no reason.
They gotta just revert the second apron.
Dude, what the Kings need to do is just fucking rebuild. Yeah. Not trade for Jaylen Brown.
I mean, shit, they were good until they traded Tyrese for fucking Sabonis.
I mean, I don't know. I understand why they did that at the time. De'Aaron Fox was your guy.
Oh, yeah, we made the 7th seed, guys. We were fucking good.
No.
Like,
hear me out.
We made the playoffs.
De'Aaron Fox is your guy, and you really believe Sabonis can be one of the top-tier centers. Like, let's be honest, it worked. It worked a little bit.
Worked for one. They made the playoffs one year.
Yeah, but a lot of people were high on the Kings, brother. Like, the offense.
We knew they had a ceiling, though.
For sure.
And then their best player, Fox, requested a trade the next 2 years later.
I'm not talking about, like, the last year or two that anybody was high on the Kings. I'm talking about, like, the year they did
made the playoffs?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't think
decent.
I don't think people should shit on the Kings for that Tyrese trade.
You don't think so, bro?
If
dude,
De'Aaron Fox is your guy, which he was.
Dude, I think they could still coexist.
It'd be weird.
It'd be weird, but
I don't think either guy would make each other better.
You don't just trade him for Sabonis, though.
Sabonis was damn good for a long time.
I mean, he's still damn good. He's not a guy you trade Tyrese Halliburton for.
Tyrese Halliburton wasn't fucking Tyrese Halliburton when they traded him.
People knew he had the potential to be a
potential,
great point guard.
But
I mean, he showed it.
They wanted to win.
Year.
They wanted to win.
Dumbass trade. they know they a second round exit at best. That year they went to Game 7 with the Warriors and lost.
I think that would be a crazy lose-lose trade for both teams, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, why the fuck would the Celtics want Domantas Sabonis?
They'd have to get a big haul back.
They'd have to get a way big haul back for fucking Jaylen Brown, more than fucking Sabonis.
Yeah. Next was Jason Richardson to the Magic.
I gave him an A+, man. Like, I really like the fit. He shot 45% off catch-and-shoot threes at Michigan State. You know, the shot's a little bit funky, but he makes them, and that's what counts.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who's crafty in the lane and can get to the rim off closeouts. I think he's going to contribute a little bit next year. He doesn't have some of the upside that some of these other guys have, so he fell, but I think he's a smart decision maker. Not a super playmaker, but I think he has real potential.
Yeah, I gave him a B+. Like you said, great shooter.
Yeah.
He is very small.
He's not that small, bro. He's like 6'2".
He's 6 foot. He's listed as 6'1". I think he's really 6 foot.
I didn't know he was 6 feet, but
he just looks really small out there. He's like big and chunky a little bit, but his height, he's a little small. He's gonna have to. I don't think he gets a lot of minutes right away.
He's not a super athlete.
Like he's gonna have to build some muscle first, in my opinion, to really get minutes. But
Yeah.
If he can develop into a guy that can just go out there, like you said, make the right play,
I think
knock
he's
the
a
shots
nice
down.
little lefty scorer, bro.
Yeah, I mean the lefties always have a nice jumper, unless
I
you're
mean,
Killian Hayes.
he clearly favors his left hand, though. Like, he doesn't drive
yeah.
right a lot.
Yeah,
Which is something he's going to have to work on in the league. But I just really love the fit. I do think he can contribute his rookie year if they need him to.
nah.
Especially with guys like
In my
Jalen
opinion.
Suggs and Anthony Black, point of attack defenders next to him. Desmond Bane's a damn good defender.
Yeah, he ain't gonna take any of those guys'
He's
minutes.
not going to take their minutes, but
I mean, yeah, in garbage time we'll get some minutes for sure.
not just garbage. I think he's a real chance.
He's not a
in the
contributor
rotation,
rookie
bro.
year.
He's in the
Nah,
rotation.
he ain't in the rotation, bro.
By the end of the year, he's in the rotation.
I sincerely
They need
doubt
shooters,
that.
bro.
I doubt it, bro.
They need more shooters than just Desmond Bane.
He can shoot.
Who?
Jace Richardson,
Yeah.
but
They need him to shoot.
not his rookie year though. Like,
You're acting like no guy drafted at 25 has ever played his rookie year.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Jace Richardson.
I think there's a
I think
chance
he
that
needs to
plays.
build muscle just like Dillingham has to do. That's
think
why he didn't play
Dillingham-
shit his rookie year. He's too small. He needs to build muscle. I think same shit with Jace
I think
Richardson.
Dillingham is a primary, on-ball guy, where Jace Richardson isn't going to be handling the ball like that. He's a fucking catch and shoot threes and attack on closeouts.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
shit, he ain't finishing shit in the lane. I don't think. in
He's
the NBA his
crafty,
rookie
bro.
year.
He's crafty, bro.
You can be crafty in college when you're going against fucking AD and Wemby and then fucking. Giannis
I'm
the
not
next
saying he's
night,
going to be
like-
crafty on fucking AD. I'm saying
It's
if
gonna
he's
be
got
tough
an
to get
open
that
lane-
shot off.
If he's got an open lane, he can attack. Like,
I don't see it rookie year, but hopefully he proves me wrong. He's a great shooter.
yeah, great shooter. I mean, that's what's going to get him playing time, I think.
Yeah.
26, that was the Nets, right?
Yeah, back to back Ben Serif and Danny Wolf.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to comment on this shit.
Hey, I've seen a lot of hype for Danny Wolf. I don't know if it's real trolling or if it's real hype. Do you see his brother crying after? That guy looked pretty
Nah.
weird.
I did not
But-
see that.
No, I just did C and C. Like I really don't know shit about Ben Serif.
Yeah, I saw a couple clips, but nothing major. I mean, he's another guy that looks like he wants the ball in his hands, though,
Yeah, is it?
which just doesn't make sense.
One of them's got to pan out, right?
One of them's gonna pan out.
One of them's
my
got to
ass,
pan out,
bro.
right?
All terrible picks, bro. All terrible picks. Fucking Nets are a poverty franchise, bro.
Hey, Danny Wolf though,
What
center
about him?
can fucking stretch the floor, put it on the floor a little
Potentially.
bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't hate Danny Wolf's game. I do think there's a chance he becomes like a rotational center for some guys.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, maybe, but there's also a chance he just is out of the G League. Like,
Yeah, just be a G League menace.
exactly, yeah.
Averaging 25 in the G League.
And then I've seen actually like a lot of hype from Celtics fans about Hugo Gonzalez at 28.
I don't know shit about Hugo, to be
Apparently,
honest.
he actually played very well, like in under 18 cups and shit like that against Cooper Flag and shit. But he went to Madrid and they just didn't play him.
Yeah.
Real Madrid and just didn't play him.
Well, he's 19 years old when you're playing in those
Yeah.
pro leagues. It's tough to get
they
minutes.
got a lot of
you know?
ex NBA guys.
Luka was averaging 12
Luka was
points
fucking
a game.
MVP,
Like,
bro.
yeah, but he
He was MVP.
no, he was, but like he wasn't averaging no crazy stats.
Yeah, I get
'cause
that.
in the
I'm
Euro
talking about
League-
stats. This motherfucker didn't play.
I wasn't comparing him to Luka.
I know.
I was just in
I'm
that
just saying,
situation in those
it's kind
pro
of
leagues
crazy that the
overseas,
NBA saw that this motherfucker was 18 in the EuroLeague MVP with a bunch of ex-NBA guys, and he still got picked 6th. Luca? Third, actually. He got
Third
picked
the
third.
trade, yeah.
Yeah.
They picked Bagley over him.
Yeah,
poverty
brother.
franchise
That
in
is
the
insane shit, bro.
Like Ayton, he had the hype in college.
Big hype.
That's understandable. I mean, Bagley, he needed to.
Yeah, Duke guy, but like, I don't know. EuroLeague MVP.
People say he's too slow. He doesn't have the athleticism. Blah blah blah. He's European.
but he had everything else, brother.
Yeah.
But no.
For the Celtics though, I love this pick. I give him an A just because they're picking a guy. It's not like they need to pick a win now guy at 28.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I didn't even get at 28. I didn't even
Yeah.
give a grade because like you were just picking the guy you want at that point who's available.
Yeah,
So,
no,
like,
I
I
love
mean-
this pick for them though. He
It
didn't
looks
gonna
like
play right
Celtics
away.
fans like it. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play right away as well. But
What about for the Suns? Traded to the Hornets, Liam McNeely. This guy's a shooter.
oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
He's a shooter. I like him for this Hornets team.
I kind of forgot that he was traded. I still thought he was on the Suns, but
No.
yeah, if he's a big shooter, it should work out.
Yeah, I mean,
On the
he ain't
Hornets.
that big. He's just like a forward, 6'7", 6'6".
I don't know if
6'8",
he gets any
somewhere around
playing
there.
time.
Yeah, and probably not this year unless they just need some shooting out there.
Yeah,
But
probably not at all though.
yeah, I mean, with these last couple picks,
And then Clippers, Yannick Kohan Niederhauser. I think he's a Swedish guy.
yep,
I don't know anything about him though.
6'11"
Swedish.
forward center,
Okay.
average 2.3 blocks per game.
All right.
So he's athletic and block shots.
I'll give y'all a C. Nah, I'm kidding. I'll give y'all a B for that. It's because y'all already got Zubac, but
You want to get in some of these trades that's been going down? It seems like the NBA offseason is kind of like officially began.
yeah, I mean, we already made a whole video about the Kevin Durant trade. If you didn't see that, go watch it. We dropped it, just an emergency 8-minute video.
Yep.
Was it the night or the day after?
Yeah.
The day after. Let's talk about the Porzingis trade first, man.
Yeah. He had no value.
I mean, I don't know if it's the fact he had no value or teams knew the Celtics were just desperate to get onto the second apron.
Yeah. Probably both.
It's probably a little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the Drew Holiday trade as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Celtics kind of just scammed the Blazers.
For the Blazers, I don't get that trade even a little bit.
I just want to make this clear to everybody. You traded Damian Lillard for Drew Holiday, and then you traded Anthony Simons for Drew Holiday. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
They just love Drew.
What the fuck did they get back for Drew the first time?
It had to be like a few.
It was like,
you know,
it was like a massive, like
it
multi-team
was like a
deal.
7-team trade. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's how they got DeAndre Ayton. Look how well that worked out for you. Another guy you want to fucking trade. It just, I don't know what they're doing. Are they trying to compete? Are they going to keep Drew around?
I mean, that's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, which.
Because it just makes no fucking sense.
But then you draft the fucking Chinese center that's not going to play in the next 3 years in the draft. Are you trying to compete or are you trying to rebuild? Fucking Blazers are another team that's just like, what are you doing? I mean, they overachieved last year because they didn't move guys off their team. And so they couldn't tank the same way they wanted to get a Cooper Flag. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You got to get rid of these guys. I don't care if you get a second-round pick for fucking Jeremy Grant. Trade him
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't care if you got to attach picks. Get this motherfucker off your team. Like,
It's not like he's winning them that many games.
no, he's not, but he's a massive contract chunk. Like, they're
This-
one of the most
this-
expensive teams in the league, and
This
they're
Drew
ass.
trade just makes absolutely no sense. Because if you keep him around, he's just wasting a year of his career, and he's only got a few years left of
Just
being
wanna-
decent.
Like, they traded
If you
a
trade
younger, better player and attached 2 second-round picks on a better contract, I might add.
If you trade him, it makes no sense because you would have got more for Anthony.
A lot more.
But for the Celtics, I fucking love
Oh,
it.
dude, they scammed. They fleeced. Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony on that team when they're fully healthy next to JB and Tatum, like, how are they
Derek
going to
White.
stop him on offense? And Derek White,
Yeah.
that's fucking nasty.
I don't know what they're running at center, but
They're going to have to find somebody. They
Xavier
got El
Tillman.
Horford. They got El Horford.
they got Neemias
Big man L.
Kita. Neemias
Is he
Kita.
still on the roster? I don't think he's got any time this year. Maybe.
He played in the beginning of the year
Okay,
when
yeah.
Porzingis was hurt.
True. Nah,
They did
they're
a
gonna
lot for them,
they're gonna
actually.
find somebody. They gotta find somebody.
I mean, I don't know what.
Unless you just stick with Cato, like
There's no way he's your starting guy though.
yeah, no. Free agency is still a long ways away.
Not a long ways away. It's in like a week.
But like there's still a lot of time to make moves and shit.
Oh, I mean
like,
the end of free agency. Yeah.
yeah, so they'll pick up a center eventually. Like I'm sure Brad Stevens with the way he's making moves. They'll go into the season with a competent starting center.
Free agency starts on July 6th. Next
So about 2 weeks.
week or 2 weeks, yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do to fill that center role. I hope to God it's not Domantas Sabonis for Jaylen Brown. That just
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
make sense.
That'd be silly.
Let's talk about the Poole trade, though.
Yeah, for the Wizards, you get CJ and a second round pick for Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey. I mean, they got Olynyk too, but I
I
guess
didn't see Olynyk in that. I didn't know.
I guess CJ and Chris Middleton, they're both expiring the same year.
They're gonna have a lot of fucking money in 2026 free agency.
Yeah, I mean, I
I believe
don't
Marcus
think
Smart
anyone-
expires as well.
Yeah, that's who the other one was. I don't think any big name is gonna sign with the fucking Washington Wizards right now. But you get off of Jordan Poole's long-term contract.
You never know, brother. If they're throwing bags,
Yeah, but
they could.
you'd have to like overpay for a guy, and hopefully he turns out to reach his potential.
Yeah,
I mean, I like what they're building over there.
maybe it's Kuminga. Did he sign an extension?
I don't think so.
I don't
There's been a
remember.
lot of noise about Kuminga saying,
He wants to
be
get
an
the
all-star.
opportunity. Yeah,
yeah, shit, I don't blame him, but
I don't blame him either.
the Warriors are trying to win, and that's just not the role he has to play to make that team a winning team. But for the Pelicans, you get a guy like Jordan Poole for CJ. I like his fit with that team. He could be another scorer next to Zion. And
Yeah. I don't hate it.
take some ball handling.
I mean, I definitely like
Responsibilities.
Jordan Poole with the Pelicans. It makes sense, but I don't think you'd get much more for CJ.
Yeah.
I would have traded him for picks, though, if I could have.
I don't think no one was given picks for 37-year-old
It
CJ.
is a massive expiring deal.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I do like it for the Pelicans. Like you said, another scorer, another ball handler.
I get the trade for both sides.
I like DeJounte. Could kind of hide him on defense a little bit.
Mm.
But, I mean, who the fuck's starting? Like, is it Herb Jones? Is it DeJounte,
It's got to
Herb,
be
Trey? Or is
DeJounte
it
and Poole, right?
DeJounte and Poole? And then
DeJounte,
Herb off the
Poole,
bench?
Trey, Zion, Missy.
Or Trey off the bench?
Can't bring Trey off the bench.
I know,
That
I
guy's a
love
fucking
Trey,
beast.
but
I like Herb too.
Herb's
but-
that defensive guy. Like, I'm sorry, but DeJounte is a good defender, but you can't cover Poole alone.
He's not Spurs DeJounte.
No, he's not. Exactly. Pelicans are a weird team, man.
They're the weirdest team in the NBA.
I mean, I don't know if they're weirder than the Kings, but
The Kings, the Pelicans, and the Raptors are like the three fucking weird ass teams.
yeah, the Raptors and the Blazers.
Yeah, the Blazers with this fucking team they got now, but no, I mean I like the fucking roster, but they're like a play-in team at best in this cold-blooded Western Conference.
The Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know. We'll deep dive more into the fucking our standings predictions closer to the beginning of next season, but
And there's still a whole like off season to go. Like these teams can still make moves.
for sure, yeah. Like I don't think the Celtics are done.
Oh, they can't be done, right?
No, there's no way.
So I like the trade for the Pelicans though. Something Joe Dumars did right.
Yeah. But let's get into some smaller news. Kyrie signed a 3-year deal with Dallas.
Yeah.
He's there long term. I like it for Kyrie. I like Dallas did him right.
Huh?
I like that Dallas did him right.
Oh yeah.
Even though he's injured right now. Fred VanVleet signed an extension with the Rockets, 2 years, $50 million.
Yeah, I think that's just
With
as
I
market.
think the player option
Oh, did
on
he
the
get a player
second year,
option?
which he'll most likely accept.
Yeah, I think 25 for Freddie is perfect.
Yeah, definitely a lot better than 44.
Yep.
And I'm glad we're keeping Freddie around. I definitely think we need that veteran presence in our backcourt still. So I'm happy about it. I still hope we sign someone like a Quentin Grimes.
You got
Or-
the money for that?
We got our full mid-level exception, which is about $14 million. There's a chance Quentin Grimes get a better contract than that.
Yeah.
There's a chance he doesn't, though.
I mean, would you want him on that team? Like,
Defensive fucking wing that can shoot? Yeah.
but you got Cam Whitmore. He's 20 point per game scorer.
Relax, brother. I said he could be a 20-point per game scorer with the opportunity. I don't think he's going to get that opportunity regardless or not with the Rockets right now. But we definitely need a shooting guard,
Yeah.
like a guy that can shoot.
Yeah, real shooting guard.
Whether it's him or I talk about a lot more in the KD video. Some shooting guards we can go after.
Yeah.
But the Rockets are
Yeah,
priming
they
themselves
re-signed
for-
Adams too.
Yeah, that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
He's on a 3-year deal now. I've seen a lot of buzz about James Harden to the Rockets and back to the Rockets.
The Rockets should not want his ass.
I wouldn't
Why
hate
would
it,
you
brother.
want Harden on that team? That's just doing too much at that point. You're
I
getting lost in
know,
the
I know
sauce.
it is.
Like,
I know we're getting lost in the sauce.
you
but
don't
it'd be
need a
so
Harden,
nice,
bro.
though.
Just stay with Freddie.
It'd be nice though, bro.
If he's gonna be a shooting guard,
Yeah.
he's gonna start with Freddie and fucking
Nah,
KD.
honestly,
like, nah,
it'd probably
bro.
be it'd
Like,
probably
he's a
be
point guard
Freddie or
nowadays.
Harden.
You got Freddie.
I get it. Yeah, but Harden's better than Freddie right now, a little
Not
bit.
with that Rockets team though. You just need a guy that's gonna shoot and play some defense.
Freddie wasn't a great shooter last year.
but he's respected.
He's definitely respected. You're right. And
Harden needs the ball in his hands to make plays.
He makes
He's a
timely
system.
threes. Freddie's a timely 3 guy.
Yeah.
When we need it, he's hitting them.
I don't think you need another system on that team. You got Sengun.
I don't think he's the
Sengun's
fucking system now, though. Like,
That's what he says.
it's a joke. I don't think he's actually going to Houston. I don't think Ime likes James Harden.
He would not be a good fit.
I mean, he
Unless
would
about to come off the bench and run the bench lineup. Like, he's too good for that, though.
Yeah, he's definitely still too good for that. But no, I was trolling. I don't think he's gonna.
I
go to
like
Houston.
Grimes, though. I like Grimes.
I like Grimes. He's the ideal guy, which I don't actually think is gonna happen. I know. Here, let me pull up some of these other guys that I was interested in for them.
Yeah.
I mean, do you actually think the Rockets are contenders going into next year now?
Yeah.
I'm glad you do, brother.
I mean, the only thing that was holding them back was
The
a
score.
legit perimeter scorer.
Yeah.
And they got a top 5 perimeter scorer of all time. I get he's 37, but he can get that shot off over anybody.
For sure.
And you got a great team around him. You can't double off Freddie. He'll
Basically-
knock it down. A man's great cutter. Sengun's going to find the open guy. It's a great team.
And some guys we can sign. Nikhil Alexander-Walker would be another ideal guy.
Mm.
Ty Jerome. Gary
I don't know
Trent.
about your own.
Malik Beasley's an ideal guy.
Yeah.
I
I like Nikhil for that
Karis
team.
LeVert we could even get. I like Ty Jerome. I think we do kind of need another point guardish player sometimes.
So Reed's just not getting minutes this year either.
Yeah, we're hoping Reed and Amen can be the other point guards, but we just don't know that yet. Reed, I know for sure he's a great shooter. I just don't know if he's actually I don't know if Ime believes in him yet.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do a lot of off-season work.
Damn, I really hope Reed gets run next year. Honestly, we don't even need another guard, bro. Just give it to Reed.
Backup shooting guard, though.
Yeah, I mean, Tari Eason was playing a little bit of shooting guard in those massive lineups last year.
You with Jabari and fucking...
It was Amen, Tari, Bari, LP, and Adams.
Yeah, that's dirty.
I mean, we can still run that lineup except KD out there, bro.
Run KD at the PG.
Nah, Amen's the PG in that lineup. Run KD at the 2.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Amen, KD, Bari.
Very, very versatile team.
So versatile. I mean, we can run any combination of. We can go small ball, big ball, fucking.
Yeah.
Jabari at the 5 is actually very fun to watch, especially if KD's at the 4, and Tari's at the 3, or Tari's at the 4, KD's at the 3, whatever.
Creates a lot of space, especially
Yeah.
for a guy like Amen.
And
Likes to
especially
get downhill.
if we have another shooter out there. I mean, even if it's just Freddie and Amen as well,
Yeah.
that, dude, that would create so much space for Amen.
And KD one-on-one, you just
Fuck,
hope he
bro.
misses. You just hope he misses.
So excited for next season.
I'm not
already,
saying they're like
guys.
a top 3 contender, but they're up there.
Who name two teams that are better contenders than
OKC,
That's one.
Cavs.
They look like shit in the playoffs, brother. They
Their
were
whole
injured.
team
but
was hurt, bro.
Yeah, man.
The whole team was hurt.
I'm just saying, my man.
Can't forget about the Timberwolves to the Nuggets.
Timberwolves, unless I don't know what the fuck their team's gonna look like next year.
Yeah, I mean, Randall's a free agent.
Randall's a free agent. Who knows if did he sign an extension? Not
Nas is signed an extension, yeah.
Yeah, Nas probably gone though.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
You still got Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, you do. But it's like the Suns have Devin Booker. That didn't mean shit last year.
Yeah, but that team was just the worst built team ever.
You didn't think that before, my boy.
Bro, they were winning record when KD played games. Like,
Oh, yeah, no, they were actually good when KD played games. They only won 3 games without KD. They were 3-17.
Exactly. So they weren't the worst team
Which
ever.
just proves to you
They're
how
just
good the
poorly
Rockets are going to be
constructed.
next year. If KD can fucking win games with that dog shit
It's
roster.
crazy how you switch up on this whole KD thing. I
No,
don't
no,
even
no,
want
no.
KD. Bro's fucking 37, one-year rental, blah, blah, blah.
I thought he was a 1-year rental, but he's going to sign an extension.
Of course he is.
He already said he's going to take a pay cut.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
Bro, KD came out and said that, or it was a
He said
fucking
he's
random
going
ass
to fucking take
reporter.
a pay cut, bro. Not straight from his fucking
2-year
Twitter.
extension, and he might
It's
take
not-
a pay cut
he
to
said he
retire
might
with the
not take
Rockets.
the max.
That's what I
Yeah,
said.
exactly. Not only that, but I saw him post some shit on fucking Instagram where he said, I'm trying to put these dudes 6 feet under, bro. Like, he's not playing around. He's really the Slim Reaper again. He's gonna fuck around and prove his fucking legacy for all the Twitter trolls.
Best team he's been on in a while.
As soon as the fucking jerseys drop, you're gonna see they're dropping the Dunkster Knot jersey again. You're gonna see a KD Dunkster Knot jersey right up there. I promise you.
So now all of a sudden you're the biggest KD fan.
I'm a fucking KD stan now, bitch. Hell yeah.
Is he the best
If
player
your
on your
team got KD, you'd fucking love it
Is he
too.
the best player on your team?
Yes, it's fucking Kevin Durant.
But you're still running the team through Sengun though.
I mean, most likely, yeah.
Running the team through him, better defender. Who's the best player on that team?
Are you saying Sengun's better than KD right now?
No.
Then
Nah,
what the
I'm
fuck are
not.
you talking about? Yeah. I mean, I love Sengun, and I think he's one of the better centers in the league. I don't think he's ever going to reach fucking KD level.
Yeah.
And it's not like KD hasn't left his fucking prime yet, bro. Look at the fucking stats. Tell me he's left his prime. He's not MVP KD.
That's like saying LeBron hasn't left his prime.
No,
Yeah.
that's different, brother.
He's putting
KD's
up
shooting
great
50,
stats.
40, 90 on 27, 5, and 5.
LeBron's averaging 26, 8, and 8, just like he was.
I
his
get it. I
fucking-
get it.
You know?
But KD's not going to be, like you said, the primary guy. He's going to be in a role, a star role. Don't
He
get me
might
wrong.
shoot fucking 60% from the field next year.
Yeah, hell
Like-
yeah, he will.
You know? Just based on the open looks he'll get.
I'm so fucking
My
hyped for
role will be
KD,
in.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, I've never really been like a KD guy like that, but I'm becoming a KD guy very quickly.
I mean, he fits 100% with that
He fits
team.
the culture too, man. Like, him and fucking Mama Eason gonna be on Twitter fucking
Talking
tag
shit.
teaming, fucking choke slamming Kane and fucking Undertaker. These Twitter trolls, bro.
I like how he just.
They gonna be the
talks like a
Hardy
normal
Boys, bro.
You know? Shout out Jeff Hardy.
Shout out Jeff fucking Hardy, bro.
Swanton bomb.
Matt Hardy, twist of fate, brother. Nah. But I think Amen's gonna have a fantastic year too.
I'll have a great year.
Fantastic. All NBA.
You're kidding, right?
No. Think about what
He's
his
not
defense
even going to be a
is.
fucking all-star. You think he's going to be all-NBA?
Okay, yeah,
Get
maybe
the fuck out of my
maybe
face.
all NBA is a bit much. I think there's a real chance
Get
he's
the
all-star.
fuck out of my face.
I think there's a real chance
All-NBA.
that he's all-star though.
You're going
We
to
might
have
have 3
three all-stars?
all-stars next
No,
year.
you're not, bro. You're not going to be the number 1 seed in the West.
We'll be number 2.
You'll be number 2.
Hell
You're not
yeah.
having 3
OKC's
all-stars.
a fucking
In
regular
the stacked
season
fucking
fraud, bro.
West, like,
No teams
you're
are
not
stacked.
getting 3 all-stars,
Tell me what the
bro.
stacked West is, and name another team better than the Rockets besides the
I'm
Thunder.
just talking about players and
I know,
all-stars and
yeah,
all-NBAs,
but the teams, bro.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I get it. Team success matters in this shit, though.
An all-star?
Houston's going to get so many national television games next year because we got Kevin Durant. It's going to become like...
Look at some, bro.
No.
You said all-NBA, bro.
Bro. I was trolling. Okay. Probably
I
not
looked at
All-NBA
you and
next
you looked
year.
serious.
Not... I thought about it.
I'm glad you said you were trolling.
No, I mean,
He'll be great in his role.
think about... I think Houston's actually going to become like one of the bigger ESPN talking points this year as well.
With KD.
With KD, yeah. And it's just going to be a lot more media attention in Houston. Dude, game 1 in Toyota Center, you know, with KD on the court, bro, that's going to be fucking electric.
Hopefully it's no Aaron Rodgers shit.
That is... Take it back, brother.
I said hopefully not, bro.
Don't fucking jinx me, bro. Don't
just
wish
saying.
that shit on my organization.
I said hopefully not.
Dude,
I'm just saying that
all I'm saying is you're allowed to hop on this Houston hype train if you
I
want.
think
my
that
boy.
OKC versus Rockets series next year. I'm just manifesting it. Western Conference Finals.
Ooh.
That shit's gonna be fire.
They played each other in like the Western Conference NBA Cup semifinals. That shit was a fucking
Fuck the
phenomenal
NBA
game.
Cup.
That shit was fun.
It's fun, but they make it bigger than the fucking finals. Like,
I agree.
it is
I
fun.
agree.
It's a fun little thing that goes
It's
on.
fun. I think the players play harder.
Yeah.
It feels like it at least,
They want that
especially when it
cash.
gets to that tournament bracket.
Hmm.
And honestly, one of my favorite games all of last year was the OKC Rockets game
Yeah.
in that semifinals for the Cup. I mean, Sengun fucking like spun the hell out of Chet Holmgren and slammed in his fucking face.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, we're going on a Rockets tangent. I'm just so excited, and I couldn't do this in the 8-minute video.
yeah.
But,
That was gonna be nice next year.
super nice.
I mean, this is your window next year. KD's still gonna be
We
at
got a
like
nice
his
little
peak.
3-year window.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna regress at some point, isn't he?
Shooting?
No, obviously not a shooting.
That's the biggest
Just
thing that
getting
we
to his
need.
spots, though. You know, just
Yeah.
the quickness and.
But then you're going to have a man
agility.
out there helping you get to those spots.
What is the man gonna do?
He's a fucking phenomenal playmaker. He's going to drag defenses
KD
around.
doesn't get to his. I mean, off the ball, I guess so. But
Yeah.
he likes to get to his spots with the
I
ball. in
know,
his
I know,
hands.
but he's going to be 40. So you got better learn to play off ball, KD. Which
Nah,
he can
can't.
definitely
Bro
do.
can do anything.
Yeah,
He can
like...
score the ball any way he can or wants.
All right, though. There's nothing else to talk
I think
about,
that's all the moves that have been made so far.
We had a nice long episode today. If you guys made it this far, please like, sub, comment. Comments really help, so we would appreciate it if you made it this far. Just drop a comment for us.
Shout out to the Thunder winning the championship. We didn't really,
Yeah, we didn't
talk
really
about it,
talk
but, like,
about
that
that,
happened a
but-
good minute ago. Prayers up to Halliburton.
Yeah,
That shit was
facts.
sad as fuck.
But yeah, congrats to the OKC Thunder 2025 NBA champions, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Phenomenal season.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any more hate. You guys a bucket.
But all right, boys. Y'all have a good night. Peace out.
Peace.